Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to today's episode of Modesty's Money Masterclass. This is episode number 23 and season 2 of our Modesty's Money Masterclass. How are you all doing? I hope you're all well. It's still me, your man Ikenna Ume Izudike. It's another beautiful Monday. If you look outside here, the weather is so lovely. Not too hot, not too cold. I'm attracted to the weather today. And today we are going to be talking about attraction. So you see, last week we started this series on chasing versus attracting money. And we focused on chasing last week. And this week we want to focus on attraction. Right. Last week we were talking about chasing money, and we used different analogies to describe that. We said, consider you chasing a bus. The energy it involves to chase a bus, to catch a bus, to make sure that you don't miss that bus. Just consider the effort you put into that. That's what chasing money is, looks like. It makes you kind of feel a bit inferior because what you're chasing obviously is superior to you. You cannot be chasing something that is inferior to you. And then we also used the analogy of, consider you trying to lure a woman. Maybe somebody wanted to marry and you're chasing a girl, and you basically do whatever that girl asks you to do because you want to impress her. Because at that moment in time, you feel like you're the inferior being and she's got all the powers. So whatever she's asked you to do, you're going to do it as long as it gives you what you want and what you're looking for. So that's basically the position of a chaser. The chaser is usually the lower of the two beings in the whole event. But today we're going to be talking about something different. Different from chasing. We're going to be looking at attraction. So we are comparing chasing versus attracting money, which are the two ways that you can actually acquire money, right? So don't get me wrong, chasing money gets you money. Attracting money gets you money at the same time. But of these two approaches to actually making money, what are the differences? Which one is better? How can we justify that? What would you rather do if you're in a position where you are having to want to make money? Would you rather chase or would you rather attract? So knowing if you want to, have a better understanding of what, the concept of chasing money is and how we discussed it last week, go back to our video last week, get onto the Modesty's Money Masterclass Facebook page and scroll down and you will see the video for last week. Take your time and watch it and you will get a better understanding of what we explained and how we explained it last week. But today I want to focus on attraction. So I want to discuss with you, first of all, I want us to start with what I call the principles of attraction. Generally, the principles of attraction. What makes attraction attractive, really? So let's look at the general principles of attraction. I've just got 5 of it I'm going to share with you today. Now, number 1 is that attraction dictates, right? Attraction dictates. What this means basically is that you determine your own criteria and your own class. You define the level you want to operate at when you are attracting. You determine your criteria, determine what sort of objects, things, people, incidents, events, that you wish to attract yourself, because you are in your own world. You have created that world of your own where things come to you rather than you go to them. And in that situation, you are in a position to define the criteria of things that come to you. You are in a position to define the class of things that you want to come to you. And once you set that criteria and that class, naturally, things that fall within that criteria and that class will be coming to you. So the same thing applies to when you want to attract money. But I just wanted us to describe the general principles of attraction, and then we'll apply that principle to attracting money. The second principle I want to discuss about attraction here is that attraction creates choices, right? Attraction creates choices. When you are attracting, you have a choice. But when you are chasing, the choice is almost taken away from you. Take for instance somebody who is going to look for a job. Okay, you're going to look for a job. You have no choice of who your boss is going to be. You cannot choose who you want to be your boss. Or if you are already in a job and somebody else is recruited from outside to be your boss, you have no say over that. You have no choice over that. The choice is limited. But take for instance somebody who is the boss in the company, and the boss wants to recruit people who will work for him. It means the boss is attracting employees to the company. So the caliber of employees the boss will attract to the company is at the discretion of the boss. So the boss has a choice of who do I want. So it takes us back to the first criteria of you define your criteria and your class. So if you're the boss in that company and you want to attract people into that company, what you basically is that you define the criteria of people you want. I want graduates with first class, I want graduates with second class upper, or I want people with school certificate, I want people who dress well. You define the criteria. So it then gives you choices. So when you are in a position of attraction, you have choices, and then you choose from those people. And I use the analogy of say a lady that is that men are attracted to, for example. She gets to choose the kind of man she wants to roll with. Or if you're a man that girls are attracted to, like fine boys like us. Fine boys like us, we get to choose the kind of girls or the kind of women that we're trying. We get a choice, because then we are in control. We are the ones. It's a kind of expression that my fellow Nigerians will say, and then they rush us. Well, then they rush you. You go get choice. So you have a choice when you are attracting, as against when you are chasing. Number 3 principle is that attraction has a force that attracts, that pulls object to it. Attraction has a force that pulls objects to it. So there is something that is drawing and attracting and dragging people to that particular source of attraction. Take a magnet, for example. Yeah, magnets have a magnetic pull, a magnetic force that they have built around them, that wherever they are, anything that is within range, that is metallic, that is magnetable, that is attractable to the magnet, gets drawn to the magnet. That force, that pull that a magnet has, is the power it has to pull things to itself. The magnet doesn't go chasing things that that comes to it. Things get attracted to the magnet. So that's how attraction works. Attraction works with some kind of force or a pull that attracts something to it. The other day I was coaching my under 10 boys, the under 10 football team that I coach here in Luton. So I went to the coaching session on a very sunny day, wearing a bright yellow jersey. So during the training, once I got to the training ground, we set up and we started training. I realized that a lot of tiny insects were all over me, all over my shirt, and I kept beating them off my shirt, and they kept coming. I kept picking them up, and then I remembered, oh, it's the shirt that I'm putting on. It's the color of the shirt. It's a bright colored yellow shirt. So that bright colored yellow shirt attracted those insects to me. I became so attractive to the insects that they were following me around. Wherever I went, they were following me around because of the color of the shirt. So the power of that attraction is what was irresistible to those insects. So when attraction is there, it's irresistible. The power, the force, the pull is irresistible. Okay? Number 4 is that attraction works with visibility. Number 4 principle is that attraction works with visibility. What I mean by attraction working with visibility is, for anything to be attractive, it has to be visible. Yeah, for anything to be attractive, it has to be visible. You cannot be attracted to something that you cannot see, or something that the visibility is not very obvious. All right? If if there's a McDonald's just down there, because the McDonald's signs, these McDonald's will are very, very tricky. They have a powerful marketing brain. I don't know what's, if there's a McDonald's restaurant 1 mile away, from 1 mile away, you will see the McDonald's sign very high up, and you can't hide it from your children. So even if you are driving on the road, they could see the McDonald's sign from afar, from 1 mile away, and they'll say, "Oh, that's McDonald's," and then they become hungry because they've seen the sign. It's visibility. You cannot be attracted to something that is not visible. So attraction works with visibility. Things that people are attracted to are things that they can see, or things that they can feel. There is some element of visibility around it. If it's not visible, it's very difficult for it to be attractive. If they can't see it, it's very difficult for it to be attractive. Okay? If you're attracted to a certain kind of, say, car, you must have seen there's something attractive about that car. It could be the design, it could be the quality. There is something attractive about it. And because that thing is visible, that's why it's attractive to you. So attraction works with visibility. Number 5 is that attraction is superior. Yeah? Attraction is superior. Attraction is always on top. Attraction is always in control. So, and I gave that instance of, say a woman that you're attracted to, and she's always in control. She's always on top. She's always superior. She dictates. She tells you what you need to do, and you do it exactly. She makes demands, and then you are at her beck and call because you're trying to woo her, because you're trying to make her understand that you're ready to do whatever it takes to bring her to your side. In that situation, you are attracted to her, and she is superior and she's in control of things because she's got what you're looking for. And if that person has got what you're looking for, if you're going to, you're bound to just go by their own rule, and you're bound to submit to their own standard. If you are going to look for a favor from someone, the person might even ask you to, might even send you on an errand. People who are desperate for something don't mind running errands for people that they want favors from, because you are attracted to the things that they have. They have something you need. And because they have something you need, you are happy to do whatever they ask you to do. In that case, if you are in the position of the one who is attracted, who is drawing all the attention and all the attraction, you are superior and you are in control. Right? So those are the 5 principles of attraction that I wanted to share with you. Now let us see how we can bring these principles into play when it comes to making money. So how do we attract money? Number 1 of how to attract money, how to use the power of attraction and to be attracted to money is this. Number 1 is visibility. Remember what we talked about, visibility when we were talking about principles of attraction. Visibility is very important if you want to attract money. Now, under visibility, I'm going to discuss a few points under visibility that I need you guys to take note of. Number 1 point in that visibility is marketing. If you do not market yourself, if you do not market your products, if you do not market your services, if you do not market your skills, there is no way you will be visible enough for people to be attracted to you, no matter how good your brand is. If you don't make use of the local or technological tools available to you to make your brand known to everybody, if nobody knows you, nobody buys you. And if nobody knows you, nobody buys from you. So marketing is very important if you want to attract money. You market your product, you market your services, you market your skills, you market yourself. Everything is a brand, including yourself. The way you carry yourself, the way you move around, the kind of things you say, the kind of things you do, the kind of people you hang around with, what the impression people have about you. Marketing is not about what you're selling. It's not about what services you're offering. It's also about you. You are a brand. So if you do not show some respect to that brand, if you do not look after yourself as a brand, people are not going to be attracted to you. People are attracted to you just even by the way you look. Oh, this guy looks after himself. He always exercises all the time. He's a family person. He's very close to his family, and this is the kind of person I like dealing with. That is marketing. That's the impression people are having of you. So you need to create that right impression in the mind of people about yourself, not just about your product or yourself. Because if they don't like you, they're not going to buy from you, no matter how good your services or your products are. Secondly, under visibility, we're talking about education. And when I say education, I mean offering value. If you know something in whatever field you are, how willing are you to share your knowledge with other people? How willing are you to add value to other people's lives by virtue of what you know, by virtue of what you are capable of? The more you share, the more you get. It's a very, very natural law of life. All right? What I'm doing today is sharing my knowledge, my financial knowledge of what I know, my financial knowledge of what I have encountered, my experience. I want to share with my community. And the more I share with my community, the more my community gets to know about me. The more they get to know about what I know. And then when you think about the things that I can help with, I have got so many referrals from people in my community who know what I know. And the reason they know what I know is because I share what I know. So if you have all that knowledge and you have it in your head and you're carrying it around and you're not sharing it, you're not educating people. Nobody knows what you know. And do not think that you don't know anything, because you might be 1% better than the person behind you. That 1% is a difference. And there is always somebody or some people that you know more than. So why don't you start teaching the people you know that you know more than? You don't have to be a genius to be able to share the knowledge and the information. So education is one way of being visible, of showing that you know this, and then it attracts people. It attracts money to you, because then people who know what you know will now know when they need you. If a lot of people now who know me as a mortgage advisor, there are so many people who wouldn't have known that I'm a mortgage advisor if I hadn't been teaching about mortgages and finance. So when they need solutions about their mortgages, they think about me. They think about you. They say, okay, I am going to go to Ikenna and I'm going to seek solution from him. That way I attract those people, and then I attract the right people because they already know my capabilities and they already know what I can help with. The other day I shared the testimony of how I helped somebody with 3CCJs get a mortgage. I shared about how I helped somebody who with imperfect credit buy the property they were living in. Trust me, a lot of people on the back of that testimony are already contacting me saying, can you help us with this? We heard you were able to help. So you by sharing that information, and by these sessions that I run every week, people get to know what you know, and they can then tell, yes, he can help us. So by sharing that knowledge, you are attracting people, not just people, but you are attracting the right people to you. So don't think that by hoarding knowledge, I'm not going to tell them that I know this thing. I'm not going to tell them how much I know, because I don't want them to benefit. If they want it, let them come and then they'll pay me and I'll give them that information. Gone are the days of knowledge hoarding, because there is so much information available on the internet that thing you think you know and you can hoard it, by the snap of a finger, somebody can pick it up from the internet. So if you have it and you know it, share it via education. Create an educational platform. Create an educational opportunity where you can, even if it's 1 or 2 people, because by so doing you are improving the lives of people, and then you are making yourself visible as well, and then you are attracting people to yourself. Stop hoarding knowledge and information. It does not help you. It doesn't even help your brand. Share it if you can. Number 3 in this visibility arrangement with attraction again is social responsibility. Another way to be visible is by being socially responsible. How much value are you adding to your community, to your immediate environment, what you are doing? You're not just your brand, but yourself. How many people have you been helping? How have you affected how have you given back to the community where you live in? For example, my property company, we sponsor the local football, under 10 football team that I coach. And by sponsoring them, we are giving money and allowing them to help children to play football. Children who cannot afford to pay for certain things, with that money we have donated, those children can come and join and play football, and money is not going to be a barrier. So we are taking on our own social responsibility, and by doing that, we are sponsoring the shirts of those children that they're wearing. And as they wear that shirt, we have Modesty Property Consultants written in front of it. That is visibility. So social responsibility has given us visibility in that area, and we are giving back to the community has given back so much to us. So that's a way of making yourself and your brand visible. Charity is another way of being visible. I mean, charity and social responsibility might go hand in hand, but charity is really something that you do selflessly. You might donate your time. You might run, you might do a running program to raise money for charity. There are various charity events. You might take part in those charity events to raise awareness for certain things, to raise money for certain charities. It is a way of making yourself available and helping to make yourself visible as well. And by so doing, once you are that visible, you begin to attract people, you begin to attract money, you begin to attract things to yourself. You assume the power of attraction. So that's number 1 with visibility. Number 2 way of attracting money is by being professional. Anything you want to do, right? Professionalize it. If you need to take an exam to become a professional in that thing, become a professional in it. Take the exam, when you become a professional in it, you begin to attract money, the right amount of money that you require in that. And I realized this when I became a mortgage advisor. There was a time when I was really struggling with property financing. Right? I worked with a few companies, I was doing unregulated finance. Unregulated finance is fine, it's fantastic. But I realized that there was a big market out there for regulated mortgage advisors. And there are not that many people of my likes in terms of color, race, and background that are mortgage advisors, because people like me in the UK didn't think they had that much opportunity in that area. So I said, okay, I'm going to professionalize this thing now. Let me go and take the professional exam. And I take the professional exam, and then let me launch myself as a professional in this field to offer mortgage advice. And I took that exam, and I became a qualified mortgage advisor. And then I started teaching these things because I realized that there are lots of things that people from my background needed to know about mortgages, and I started teaching them. Since I became a professional, I stopped chasing, and then I started attracting. People that are now hearing what I'm saying and what I'm doing are coming to me and receiving referrals on daily basis, based on my professionalism, because you have the right qualifications. So if you want, for example, if you want to be a fitness trainer, go and take fitness training exams, go and take fitness training tests, do what you need to do and become a professional. Professionalize your art. The moment you identify as a professional and affiliated to the regulatory bodies, and people know that yes, you're a professional, they will come to you naturally. So another way to attract money is to become a professional. Professionalize your art. Professionalize your money making ventures. Become an expert in that thing and watch money come to you via people who already identify with you. Number 3 way of attracting money is by positioning. How are you positioning yourself? Right? Opportunity will only happen if you position yourself very well, right? If you are a reader of the Bible, you remember somebody that's named Zacchaeus in the Bible. Zacchaeus was a very short man. When he heard that Jesus was coming his way in his direction, he knew he stood no chance with all the crowd there waiting to see Jesus, because he was very sure Jesus can't see him. So he understood the route where Jesus was going to go from. He went ahead of Jesus, climbed the tree, and stood there waiting for Jesus to come. And because he was on the tree, in the right path where Jesus was going to pass, when Jesus came, Jesus saw him on the tree and he said, Zacchaeus, come down. Today, I'm going to dine with you in your house. That is positioning. How are you positioning yourself? When you hear that things are going to happen, when you get information about where the next trend of opportunities are coming, are you ahead to go there and wait? When you hear the next trend of where opportunities are waiting, how quickly are you going to position yourself in that area to take advantage of that opportunity? People who do that, once they do it, they station themselves there and they attract money to themselves. So if you position yourself, your business, your profession very well, you will benefit from attracting money, because you will stop chasing. Because you position yourself there, money will naturally come to you in that order. The other way to attract money is efficiency. Become efficient in what you do. Become good in what you do. Become a master in your art. If you become efficient in what you do, you will attract money. When you have done a good job for one person, they can tell 10 other persons. And as the news spreads, as the information goes, as people get to know more that you're efficient in what you do, money keeps coming to you via referrals and word of mouth. You don't need to go chasing. When you're efficient in what you do, even if people are headhunting, they already know, oh, this guy is good. It's just like footballers. When footballers are very good, they get scouted very easily. And once they get scouted, their prices rise. They negotiate what they want because they are that good. That's why Ronaldo at the age of 37 still commands, huge wages. And he can control his own destiny because he can control whatever he's negotiating. Because he's good, he's efficient. So if you treat your job, your business, your professionalism, and your profession if you treat it with kid gloves, money will be far away from you. So be efficient in what you do and attract money in that way. Number 5 is for you to be unique and create a niche for yourself. Pick out one area that you want to be very, very good at. Pick out one sector of the market that you want to influence. Create a niche for yourself in your product, in your services. Create a niche for yourself. Carve out an area that you want to be. What is it about you that you want to specialize in? That if anybody wants to hear, they will come to you. If anybody wants a solution in that aspect, they will come to you. But if you go about chasing everything, you want to become everything, you end up becoming nothing. If you want to have everything, you end up having nothing. But uniqueness gives you control over a certain thing. For example, somebody who is fixing cars, a mechanic, and the person says Volvo specialist. Guess what? All the Volvo owners in that area, in that vicinity, are going to go to that Volvo specialist because he has identified himself as a Volvo specialist. Oh, Mercedes specialist, air conditioner specialist. Everybody knows that this is what you're good at. So if you can, create a niche for yourself and you will start attracting money because that stands you out from among the crowd. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of today's session. I hope we have enjoyed it. And if you have, please tell your friends, share this video, and please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go on YouTube and search out Modesty's Money Masterclass and subscribe to our YouTube channel because very soon we will start producing, contents that are mainly for our YouTube viewers. And I want you to be the first to know whenever we release such content. Thank you very much. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye now.